Hello.
Gilbert, I feel like I'm starting to see you every week right now.
Yes, he's not John. Where's John?
I know, he's missing it from. How did this come around, right? I mean, it seemed like once the co-main event fell off this card, you were right there on Twitter saying, like, hey, put me in against anyone. I want to do it. Why did you choose to do that? And then how did Belal become the guy?
It was that week, to be honest. That week was a little crazy. I kind of felt something was going to happen. Monday, we went to Universal. Wednesday, I went to Mexico with my wife. I think Tuesday, Leon Edwards gave an interview saying he's injury, he's not looking to fight right now. He just fight in October. That's when the first thing I say, okay, I got to fight. And then a couple of days after, I saw Charles Oliveira pulled out, and I saw an opportunity there. But I was just thinking, who, And then Belal Muhammad tweeted out, hey, Kobe, and then I just look at that tweet and say, I'm going to do the same thing. Hey, Kobe, blah, 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 blah. And then I started talking to right after I tweeted out, I already reached out to Ali, Dana, Sean Shelby, Hunter, everybody. I just started pushing, hey, I'll fight, da, da, da. And then Sean Shelby hit me up back and said, we don't have Kobe. Kobe's not available. He's going to fight for the title. But we have Belal Muhammad. I said, done. Let's do it. And then Saturday to Thursday was a lot of back and forth. He don't want to make weight. I said, no, he's going to make weight. And the night that I fought in Miami, he gave an interview. Say, oh, I'm pretty light. I can make weight. If they call me to make weight, to be the backup, I will be the backup. And then a couple of days later, I cannot make weight. I was just like, no, you're going to make weight. And I think it was just a little part of negotiation. I think he was trying to get more money. I got it, So he asked for that. Catchweight, I said, no, I'm not doing no catchweight. Especially right now that I'm like, I said I've been changing a lot of bad habits, trying to eating good, doing a lot of different stuff. Now that I'm lighter, no, I'm not doing no catchweight. It was a little back and forth on that. Then he asked for more money. Then a lot of back and forth. Eventually, Thursday, I got the call. The fight was a done deal. He even asked for 5 rounds, and I was so happy. I said, let's go. 5 rounds. I love it. And then we're here.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, the next question is then the stakes, right? Have they guaranteed you, if you win, you get to fight for the title?
Both. They guarantee us both. If Belal Muhammad wins, he's next. If I'm winning, I'm next.
So then, where do you see Belal's biggest threat to you, right? I mean, his last fight, he showed good striking. He finished Sean Brady on the feet. But before that, he's traditionally a guy who pushes people against the cage and holds them there. Where do you think he's going to fight on Saturday?
It's going to be a hard fight because these guys know how to win. And that's a big thing because we see a lot of guys, they're so talented, they're so good, but they don't know how to win. They just, as crazy as it sounds, they find a way to lose, And this guy's the opposite. I don't think he's not a spectacular striker. Like I said, he's not great at anything. I don't think he's, but he's good at everything. And he knows how to win. There's a hard fight right there already. And the craziest thing is that guy is so hungry too. When he asks for 5 rounds, like I kind of like my eyes blink. Like, man, I like this guy. Like, shit, I got to respect the guy. So I think he's going to be so tough. I think for sure, I'm looking forward to knock this guy out or submit him. That's what I'm going to do every time that I step in there. But it might be a 5 rounds war. He's a tough one. He's as hungry as me. The hungriest guy on the welterweight division is me and Belal Muhammad. So I think it's going to be a war. Like best strikes that he has a high volume in striking, a lot of movement, takedown defense, takedown offensive is good, takedown defense is good. In a high volume in the striking, I think that's his best weapons.
Yeah. In MMA, there's never any certainty, right? Like you might think you know what's going to happen, and then it doesn't happen, and it always changes, and this and that. But for this one, it feels like whatever happens, you win, you get to fight for the title again. So how motivating is that, knowing like, look, I got one more, he's tough, but if I get through him, I'm fighting a big fight next time for the world title.
Yeah, it's I'm putting so much work on it, and I'm just able to do those back-to-back fights because I changed a lot of habits in November. Since it feels like I knew that something big was coming because November decided go plunge every day in the morning, wake up first thing, and then no more sugar, and then focus on sleeping, and then change a lot of training, put more PT. I don't know. It feel like I was getting ready for this thing, and I didn't know I was getting ready for. So, yeah, it kind of is a big fight. Nothing's guaranteed. You know, that's why I still gonna get a finish against this guy. I do believe if I go out there and finish, done. I'm set. You know, we're gonna fight. Next fight's for the title. But if it end up being a freaking boring fight, it's still a maybe. You know, so it's always a maybe. So I think I'm getting the respect that I deserve because Dana and Hunter after the fight make that question for him when you guys see him because he said you next in Miami. But when Leon pushed that fight to October, I said, you know what, I'm not gonna take the risk. So I'm not gonna take the risk of waiting. I'm gonna take the risk fighting for what I want. And I believe if I get a great win against Belal Muhammad, yeah, I'm next. So the motivation is 100% in there. I love to fight. I'm very fortunate to do what I love. I know a lot of people in the freaking entire world, they work in the jobs that they don't like it. They just have to provide. They got to pay rent. They got to work. So they do a lot of kind of jobs that they don't like. I do what I love. And I'm very fortunate to do that. And the motivation is on the top, you know. I want to go out there and finish this guy. Very happy to do my third fight in freaking 5 months. 1 month after Miami, back here in Newark. Yeah, super motivated to get this win.
Gilbert back here. This is going to be your third fight, so it's going to be the most fights since 2019. How many more fights do you want to fight this year? How active do you want to be? I mean, do you want to break your record of 4 fights in 2012? Like, how active do you want to be?
That would be amazing if I can, you know, but I don't know. Next step is going to be after Saturday. Me beating Belal Muhammad, I don't know. I might jump frog and pass Kobe and to get this title in Abu Dhabi. That would be amazing. But even if that doesn't happen, in everything, like again, not passing through Belal, he's a freaking tough guy. But everything goes my way. At least if they don't give to me right away, I'm going to Abu Dhabi to make weight and I just think opportunities always happen. You know, we're fighting, we're training at the gym, and then you just got to call, we need a 55, we need this guy, we need that guy. So why not be ready and go to Abu Dhabi and make weight in case something stupid happen, because a lot of crazy things happen in COVID, people getting injury, losing flight, whatever. I wish nothing that happens, but if it happens, why not just be ready, you know? So, yeah, I'm looking forward to break that record and feeling like 2023 might be the year.
One more question from me. So your resume speaks for itself. And I mean, retiring Jorge Masvidal and all the people that you fought the who's who. I mean, how do you stay motivated? How motivated do you have to be to get that world title shot, like win that world title? And do you really need it at this point, considering who you fought and how impressive your fight career has been so far?
For sure. I won that title. That's the biggest motivation I have. That's what freaking make me going. That's why make me wake up and look at that freaking cold plunge like and procrastinating a little bit before I go in, but that's what get me going. I want to be the best. I know I have all the tools. I know I have the will, but I still got to take that belt, you know, and yeah, I'll be very disappointed if I have to retire without that belt. And I'm doing everything in my power to that never happen. I want to win that title. That's the biggest motivation. I want to be the best and to kind of go to Hall of Fame, to kind of put my name in the history. I got to become a champion. So it might happen. It might not. I hope it does. I believe it will happen. But it's the only way to know. You know, I got to put on the work. You know, that's what I'm doing.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Gilbert, right here. Can you give us some insight into the 12 days from when you agreed to the fight to when you showed up at fight week? How much time are you balancing, focusing on the weight cut, the strategy, preparation, all that stuff?
Like I said, after the fight, we drove home Sunday. I have a couple friends coming, get good food, nothing crazy. Sunday night, I drove to Orlando. I went to Universal with the kids. I don't know. I kind of felt that something was going to happen, so I got to take an opportunity that time. So Monday after the fight, I went to Universal, drove back Monday night. Wednesday, I went to Tulum. Saturday, on my way back from Tulum, from Mexico, the conversation started. So whenever I was on the flight back, I was already talking to all my coaches, planning my training. Okay, I'm going to rest tomorrow. Monday, I'm back on training. And then we were talking, how about 2 sessions on Monday? No, do only one, do a harder one in the morning, take the day off. Tuesday we spar. And I was training, but it's still a lot of back and forth. By Thursday, the fight we got announced, and then we signed it. Friday I did one more training, then I had last week only, and then we still training hard last week. The great thing, like I said, I changed a lot of habits since November. So my weight, I'm walking around at 187, between 185 and 190. My weight doesn't go above 190. So, yeah, I was in a good weight. Trained that week. 1 week, I took a rest. A week after, I got back to training. Then last week, then we're here. It was quick for me, too. So, great thing, I'm in a great shape. Like I said, I changed all these habits since November. My body's feeling good. I believe I'm gonna have a good weight cut. I'm 10 pounds over right now. Just weigh myself 181. 10 pounds should be easy for the guy that used to cut from 178 to 155. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have a great weight cut. Tomorrow press conference, Friday make the weight, and Saturday perform. So it's quick. It's good that it's quick. I don't need to think about it too much. I was in a great shape. Yeah, I like it, to be honest.
Gilbert, over here. You kind of spoke about this, the fact that you used to cut down to 155 and everything, but that's long past now. It's been a long time since you've been doing that. This allowed you the opportunity to be able to step in on short notice and do that.
Yes.
That's nothing that you would have been able to do before. Like, how much has moving up in weight and coming to a much more comfortable weight class really kind of energized or pushed your career forward?
He energized me very much. He changed a lot of things, because even financially, I was freaking broke when I was a 55. And that's because I had to take a lot of time between fights, because I couldn't keep making weight all the time. So whenever I decided to move up, that was 4 years ago. I remember I just got a Instagram story when I fought Mike Davis. That was April 27, 4 years ago, 2019. And at that fight, I remember after the fight with Mike Davis, I decided to move up. That weight cut was horrible, but I still got to finish. And then I fought again in August, short notice, against Alexei Kunchenko in Uruguay. And 1 month after that, I got another short notice against Gunnar Nelson in Denmark. So with that being said, these 3 fights, April, August, and September, I got 6 checks in like very short time, just because I was able. So then things start changing. Then I think I bought my first house. Then I kind of got relaxed a little bit, and then was fighting. Then for Damian Maia, and then things changed because of that too. So I think health-wise, I feel so much better. I can perform the way I trained before. I was just training super good, but I couldn't show on the fight. And the only good thing that I took out from those weight cuts was mentally. Mentally, I got a rock. I got so much stronger, because I was going to skate, and I have 20 pounds to cut Thursday night, and then I was just like, shit. But I never quit. That mentality to never quit, the weight cut helped me a lot. So I think it was a little dumb, but I'm thankful for the lessons, and here I am. But 170 is my division, even though I think I'm not the biggest guy. I might be one of the shortest guys on the 170, but I hit so hard, and then whenever I put my hands on these guys, every single one of them feel my hand, and especially the grappling and a lot of things, and the speed. Even though I might be one of the smallest, but I love to be a welterweight and to be able to make weight at any time. So yeah, that's my division.
What would you say to other fighters who are, kind of in the shoes that you used to be in, where they're cutting massive amounts of weight? Maybe they're concerned potentially about the size. If they don't do that anymore, they move up in a weight class. What would you tell other fighters?
You should move up. I do believe. You see like Covington is a guy that he walks around 180, 185, and he freaking have a gas tank. I think used to be a time, maybe a couple of years ago, that everyone used to cut a lot of weight. Everyone. But I think it changed, Before, we didn't have events every weekend like we have today. So now if you wanna take your career for more years, being more years fighting, having a bigger gap, because the fighter's gap is small, If you make that longevity a little bit more, you shouldn't cut a lot of weight and focus more on your performance. Before, the biggest guy. It was a lot of difference. I want to be the biggest guy. But now it's all about energy. I want to see the fighter with a lot of energy, fighting 3 rounds, be able to fight 5 rounds. So I think if you cut him more than 10 to 15 pounds on a fight week, you should move up. I don't think it's going to be healthy for you. I don't think you're going to have longevity. And my advice will be don't be too heavy. Don't cut a lot of weight. Stay heavy and stay on the weight. Stay light. Don't cut a lot of weight. I think that's the way to be.
Last question for you is obviously this, everyone's considering this a number one contender fight. We're probably not going to see that championship fight happen until later in the year. Would you be willing to sit out? It might be close to a year, 9 months before you fight again. Is that something you're willing to do?
They give me the hardest question. Thank you. With a win over Belal Muhammad and really earning that title shot, I'm not going to sit down and wait. For sure, I'm going to be training. I'm going to be staying, improving, getting better. And like I said, everything goes on my way. Saturday, May 6th, and they still giving the title shot for Kobe. I'm going there for a backup. Like I said, I love the opportunities. I'll be ready for any opportunity. But let's say if I go out there and I just make a weight and these guys still fighting each other, I'll wait a little bit and fight the winner. Just like I said, the homework is done. I put all the work. It's still 2 more days of working. Get that Saturday, get this great performance, beat Belal Muhammad, and then I'll be next. For sure, back up and stuff like that. But then I'll wait up a little bit.
Sorry, one more. Did you get the sense that the UFC was, maybe grateful for the fact that you and Belal both stepped up and kind of not saved this card, but it really gave it like a solid co-main event that it really lacked after we lost the one fight? Did you get the sense of kind of some gratitude maybe from the UFC on your part?
Yeah, I've been having a great relationship with the UFC, and they've been nothing but great to me. And there's a good opportunity. I think they are happy, with the things that I'm doing. They sound grateful on the phone. Hunter, Dana, Sean Shelby, I think they do an amazing job. But I'm looking forward still. For sure, if I can make like the boss happy, for sure I'll do it. But win's the most important thing, I still got to go there Saturday and win. We'll see if everything goes on my way. A new contract sounds amazing,
Gilbert.
Kamaru Usman recently just did an interview with ESPN, and he wants to fight Hamzat Chimaev next. And obviously you've been in there with both of them, so I just wanted your thoughts on how you think that fight goes down.
Oh, that would be a great fight. I don't know. I don't like to say who is going to win without putting a lot of time. But wow, that's a good fight, because Kamaru's back training us at Kill Cliff FC. He's there every day now. He kind of even slowed down the rematch, because now we kind of training partners again. But yeah, that would be a good fight. Yeah, I gotta kind of sit down and study it again. He's gonna come on my YouTube. I'm gonna do a breakdown of this fight too. But yeah, I don't know, the back of my head, the whole pick on that one. But that would be a great fight. Forget about Paulo Costa, right? Like Kamaru and Hamza is bigger than Paulo Costa and Hamza. I like that fight, even for the division. Yeah, that's a massive fight. I like that fight a lot.
Okay, and just one more. Just your thoughts on how you feel the main event's going to go down between Sterling and Silva.
I like both guys a lot. I just think it's a question for Henry to answer. Those 3 years, not training that much, being a little bit out of shape, how he going to take the dust away. But like I said, these guys competed his whole life, wrestling, MMA, competing on the highest level. I still think he'll be able to come back. Just like we were asking that question, John Jones, right? Man, how is John Jones going to look? But the guy looked freaking even better. Again, I like both guys. I'm not taking nothing personal side here because sometimes they get mad. Why you pick that guy? I have nothing against. I love both guys. I think Henry Cejudo might be able to get a win.
Gilbert over here. Your Christian faith plays a big role in your life. Could you just talk about how that helps you in fighting and in life in general?
Yes, being a Christian, I think just keep me, to be honest, keep me out of trouble, and keep me very faithful on things that I do. You know, like whenever I gotta make those decisions, even a small, not a small decision, even a career decision to fight, I kind of put my knees on the floor and I pray with me and my wife, and then we ask, and that's a simple prayer that we always do. You know, if like we pray, and then if you want us to do it, if it's on your will to do it, God, just open all the doors and let me get this opportunity. But if you don't want me to get it, just close all the doors that don't let me even try to open, you know. And then when the doors opens like the way it did, you know, they call and try to make the fight, I know it's kind of meant to happen. And yeah, he's a big thing in my life, in my career, to be a Christian.
And then my other question for you is, when you're fighting a guy like Belal with that relentless pressure, and with your background in grappling, do you kind of welcome him to grapple with you at all, or would you rather stand and bang with him?
I welcome everyone to come and grapple with me, and I welcome everyone to stand and bang with me. I think it's going to be a great fight. He puts a lot of pressure. I think I'm going to have the answer for his pressure and for the grappling especially. But I'm as excited as a fan to this fight. You know, I'm super excited. It's going to be a great fight. I cannot wait. Still a lot of work to do. That's how I kind of control my anxiety, to don't think about a fight so much. But I focus on the work that I have to do, but I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to be a great fight.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, just real quick on something you said about Kamaru there, that he's back at Killcliff. Do you know, has he split with those guys in Colorado, with Trevor and stuff, or is this just like off-camp training?
I don't know a lot of details, to be honest. I was almost kind of going to ask, but then I got a fight. Then later I see these, but I'll see that later. But looks like he's there every day, and he want to stay there. I don't know for sure if he's going to Colorado or not. It don't look like it. Look like he's happy that he's training. And what I heard from the coach, from a couple conversations, I didn't hear from Kamaru, that he's going to be training there now.
Okay. Nice. Thank you for the insight.
Yep. See, thank you guys.